KTN News.
Several stakeholders drawn from different sectors are now calling for the review of Kenya's tax policy amid public outcry over the high cost of living. The stakeholders were meeting in Nairobi at the Africa Economic Research Consortium under the theme of reforming the tax policy and institutional measures for Kenya. Now recommend that the VAT threshold should be lowered from the current 5 million shillings.
We're working on looking at better solutions, a better approach to that. So all in all I'm to say is that as KRA, we are an integral part of this process. We continue to contribute to it. We want to learn from it, and we are very much looking to the final output, the final recommendations that will then help us in guiding our future approach to tax administration.
So we want to make sure that our design is based on balancing out, but more importantly, we also have to recognize, and I've seen the market has come out and told us, what are we fearing? Well, what we see here, what is distorting the picture is because we have market segmentation. And we should make sure that we crush the segmentation, or we are able to navigate the same market segment. So we have two options. How do we navigate across segments, or how do we crush that segmentation? If that segmentation is, especially between formal and informal, we should crush, isn't it? But again, when you tax beer, wine, and spirit, we are creating a segmentation. How do we marry the two? That's what we are trying to do. How do we optimize? And then, of course, there is also another segmentation of inputs and final output, isn't it? It's another form of segmentation. But look at it this way. In most of the cases, we have seen that what we considered inputs is also a final consumption component. So when do you call it an input, and when do you call it a final consumption product? So you also have to make sure that somebody made those comments, and I was like, look, ethanol is being consumed as directly, isn't it? But it's also an input. How do we make a division? But it's essentially, these are the areas. We wanted to get the reality check. If we don't have the reality check, then we cannot get going. I think the income tax.
The Real Estate Stakeholders Association